Hi, welcome to my channel and thank you for being here. Today I'm going to rank the last 11 palettes that I've used and tell you why I ranked them, where I ranked them. Now there may be a few palettes that I didn't include because I didn't remember using them. I haven't kept track, but from here on out I will be keeping track and we'll do a series like this. So yeah, if there are palettes that you've seen me use on my channel that were new to me and I didn't include them, I'm sorry. I had to start somewhere, so I just threw in the 11 palettes that I remember using. And yeah, let's just get into the video, okay? So at dead bottom is the Midas Perception palette. This palette sucks. I struggled with the formula. I do have a 3 looks 1 palette video up using this. I managed to get everything to work and I do enjoy the color story, especially these bright neons, but the quality wasn't there for me, and that's surprising because I absolutely love Midas and I've never had issues like I did with this one. So this is a no for me. I don't recommend that at all. I do like the color story though. If you have it and you've used it and you enjoyed it, let me know, because yeah, I mean, what works for others doesn't have to work for me, you know what I mean? So this one you guys might hate me for as well, but at number 10 is the Beauty Bay Wilderness palette. This is what it looks like. I love this color story, absolutely love it. It is so beautiful, and the shimmers in this palette are great. There's nothing wrong with the shimmers. It's the mattes, especially these green mattes, that I struggled with, and there's a lot of green mattes in this palette and I struggled with them. The other shades not so much, but when it's like kind of this row and then these, like that's like half the palette sort of, and part of why I wanted this palette. Other people didn't seem to struggle with it like I did, and I have a lot of their other palettes that are like this and I love them. I have no issues with them, but for whatever reason I had issues with this palette. Like, this reminds me of kind of the Nikki Tutorials palette where most of the shades are good but some of them really suck, but this one, it's more shades than in the Nikki Tutorial palette, and so for me this was a total bust. At number 9, hopefully I'm doing these numbers right, is the Natasha Denona Gold Mini Gold palette. It's a beautiful palette. I really do like that gold shimmer. That's the standout in this palette and really the only shade I care for. I don't think the mattes perform that well, and I'm not a big fan of the other 2 shimmers. They're just not as impactful as I would like them to be. I wish that they would have had like this one right here and made this that color but without shimmer, because it doesn't go very deep. This is a companion palette for me. It doesn't go as deep as I would like. I got this because I really wanted the Natasha like large gold palette and I never spent the money on it, and now it's gone and I was kind of sad. So I bought this one to try to make myself happy. The formula is not bad, but as far as like color story and stuff, it just isn't it for me. So at number 8 is the Revolution, I think it's called the Upside Down palette, I don't remember, Corpse Bride palette. I think that this is a beautiful palette. It performs okay for the price point. It performs. The color story is nice. I do think that they could have, I don't know, either added some greens and grays to this palette, or they could have made it smaller, okay, because some of the shades are kind of similar to me and I didn't think it needed to be this size, but A+ for packaging, and I do like this palette. I don't regret buying it. It brings me joy. Even though I have found some things out about Tim Burton that makes me not really like him anymore. But at number 7 is The Joker by Makeup Revolution. Now, I love this color story. I feel like it performed well. I didn't really like this blue though, and I don't really like this shade included. This shade could have been a different color. Nobody needs this. If you're gonna use a colorful palette like this, you don't need that shade, in my opinion. So I really wish they would have made this a different color. And this is like a putty formula and I didn't really like it, but overall I enjoyed this palette. And this green is awesome, and so is the red and the yellow and like these mattes, and it performs really well. And for the price point, you can't go wrong with it, in my opinion. And I love Batman and I love Joker, and so I'm happy to have it, even though it's another basic rainbow. Ranked at number 6, this may shock some of you, is the Ace Beauté Fallen for You. As many of you know, if you've been to my channel before, I absolutely love Ace Beauté, or it's actually Beauty in English, and boot. I can't say it, it's French, so I'm trying to get better at that, but I'm just gonna call it Ace Beauty because I don't speak any French. But anyways, this is the color story. I love this color story. I do love their new shimmer formula, but I will tell you that like some of these shades are really similar to each other on the eye. At least on my eye, they came off so similar that I was really disappointed. It just wasn't, there's not enough differences in the tones and the shadows. So they could have either made it smaller or they could have made more differences. So that's why it's ranked where it is. I think it performs fine. I don't have any issues with the performance, although I do like their older formula. Yeah, I like their matte older formula. It's more pigmented, and that's what I loved about their shadows. And now it's not like that. It's not just bam pigment and we're good to go. It's more beginner friendly for people who don't like that, but for me, I love a straight up just pigment. But I do like their new shimmers. So ranked at number 5 is the Makeup Revolution, I don't remember, oh, the Newlyweds. This is what it looks like. Now, I like their 10 packaging. Okay, I'm a sucker for that. I love the scene on this. I like the color story. Everything in this performed really well. I do think this was a little bit light, and it might, I think these two might not work for a deeper skin tone. But overall, I really did like this palette, and I enjoyed the looks that I've created and the performance of them. And I like that it's, you know, a small 9-pan palette. I just enjoyed it. So yeah, that's where that one is at. Ranked at number 4 is the Natasha Denona Love Palette. I got this half off. This is my first big Natasha Denona palette. The color story is nice. It's beautiful. I love the performance of these shadows. The performance is amazing, and it's not like any other shadow that I've used before. It literally melts into my skin, and it looks like it's a part of my skin versus like a shadow, and they blend so effortlessly. I do really enjoy the formula of this palette, but when I'm looking at the color stories for my other 3 palettes above this one, I like the color story more. I'll get more use out of it because of the color stories. This is just a little bit too basic, and I wish that it went deeper. It looks like it goes deep, but it really does not. This is a shimmer. That blacky color, that's a shimmer. It doesn't go deep enough for me, and that's where this palette really fails. If it went deeper, it would probably be ranked higher for me, but it doesn't. So ranked at number 3 is the LA Girl Main Stage Palette Desert Dream. I love the deep tones and the pastel tones in this palette together. I love that there's a black shade to deepen things up. I love the performance of the shimmers, especially this top row and that green. I feel like they are so pigmented. It's a very beautifully done pastel palette. I just love everything about this palette, and for the price point, the shadows perform amazing, and I think that this could sell for more than what they're asking for it. Like, I was kind of blown away. Okay, ranked at number 2 is the Exotic Peacock by Pinky Rose. I love this so much. I love it more than I thought I was going to love it. Like, I can't believe I thought that I was just gonna like it and not love it. I absolutely love everything about this palette. The shimmers are a little lackluster, but I don't mind, honestly. The grunginess, this is such an inspiring palette. There's so much that you can do with it. The performance of it is bomb. I ranked at number 1 is the Ace Beauty Classical Paradise. I absolutely love this color story. I love the depth that it gives. I do think that these two shadows right here are a little bit similar, and that they could have made this a different color, or they could have made it deeper. But other than that, I absolutely love this palette. Love, love, love. I wanted it for so long and never found it at a good price, and every time it was on Boxy pop-up, it was gone before I got to it. It was like sold out. And my friend Andy Does Stuff here on YouTube got this for me, and so this palette is like a win-win for me on multiple levels. This has like an emotional like connection to it, and it's also a palette that I've wanted forever, and then it also has its color story and a brand, so no wonder it's number 1, right? I mean, like, there's no competition at all. Yeah, and this is the old formula too, which makes me happy, because I like the pigmentation. Like, I wasn't one of those people who wanted the new Ace Beauty formula. Like I said, I do like their shimmers better, but I like these shimmers too. So anyways, that is my 11 palettes. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you would rank them where I ranked them, or what you think, and let's talk about palettes. Okay, see you next time. Bye.